What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're hopping into Universe Mode once again to see if Dominik Mysterio can win the World Heavyweight Championship within 1 year of me simming. He's going to be on the Raw brand, and we're going to see if he can become World Heavyweight Champion within 1 year. We're starting the month of November here. And is he on the card? He's not on the card. Well, he kind of is, but he's doing manager duties on that week's episode as we build momentum into the first PLE of this sim, which will be Survivor Series War Games. And we're on to week 2 here. Let's see if he's on the card. He is facing Bronson Reed. Uh, he has the Judgment Day backing him. Will he get the win here? And he does. That's his first W here. You love to see that. And on to the next week's episode of Monday Night Raw with him picking up a huge win over the colossal Bronson Reed. Let's see if he can build the momentum as we do head into none other. Uh, is he on the show? He is. He's facing Gunther. That's a huge match. We've seen this match a couple months ago, and it was decent if I had to say the least. So let's see if he can get the W here. And he does with a huge W. That is a huge W for Dominik Mysterio right there. He's on the board with 2 wins off the bat. Already against Gunther and Bronson Reed. You love to see that. Is he on this week's episode? He is in a triple threat with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, who's picking up the W here. And Dominik picks up yet another win. You love to see that. On to the next episode. Well, not X episode of Raw. We're on to Survivor Series. I'm gonna skip over to PLE, you guys. On to this week's this month pay per view. Is he on the card? And he's not on the card at all. You hate to see that, but hey, he's still been getting a lot of momentum. He's being there booked pretty much consistently. He's getting W's weekly. You can't be mad at that. Y'all comment down below. You guys think he's gonna be a future World Heavyweight Champion? We have Dominik Mysterio versus Jey Uso on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, and he beats Jey Uso. That is another win right there. He is definitely picking up a lot of momentum. I'm not gonna lie. If we get to the World Rumble, I would not be surprised if he's competing for the World Rumble, the title. But he's in the main event this week. Let's see what he is gonna be doing. He's facing Bronson Reed this week on Monday Night Raw, and he beats Bronson Reed yet once again. That he's undefeated right now. No wonder they call him Dirty Dominik Mysterio. He's the dirtiest player in the game. He's always doing one step ahead of everyone else. Let's see if he's on this week's episode. It looks like he's main eventing this week, and he's in a fatal four with Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, and Seth freaking Rollins, who's picking up the W here. And Seth Rollins picks up the win there. I don't know who really takes the pin in that match, so I won't count that one. I'm only strictly counting like maybe one-on-one matches here. So on to the next week's episode of Monday Night Raw, and we have a main event for the World Championship: Seth Rollins and Jey Uso. This is gonna be very interesting to see who's gonna be who we're going after for the World Championship. And Jey Uso is retaining the championship there. On to Monday Night Raw Day 1 as we build momentum to the Royal Rumble. Let's see if he can actually be on this card, if he's actually going to be competing for the title, or if he's going to be on the card at all in any way, shape, or form. He is on the card. He's facing Gunther on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Is he going to pick up the win? No, Gunther hands him his first loss. I guess that he had to get his get back from the last time they had their interaction where Dominik Mysterio beat none other than Gunther. So it was this 50-50 booking. We're facing Bronson Reed once again this week, and we beat Bronson Reed as we build more momentum headed into the Royal Rumble. Bouncing back after that loss against Gunther the previous week. Let's see if he's going to be on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Hopefully he is. And he is. He's facing Drew McIntyre in the main event. If he can get a win over Drew, that's a huge win, if I say the least. And no, Drew McIntyre hands him his second loss. Hey, he's still doing good. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's still doing relatively very good compared to what I thought he probably would be doing. So I can't be too mad at it. But we're on to January week 4. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 3, 4. As we build into the Royal Rumble, we have Jey Uso, who's the world champion, versus Dominik Mysterio. If he can get a win, that'd be huge. And Dominik Mysterio beats the current world heavyweight champion. You love to see that. Let's see if he will be competing for the title. I feel like after beating Jey, I think we should get an opportunity for the championship. We have the Women's Royal Rumble. Is he on the card? He is. He's facing Seth Rollins. Oh, Seth Rollins is the world champion. Okay. So we're definitely going to be watching this match to see if he's able to end up winning the World Championship. We're going to sim to these matches, and we're not going to play. We're going to simply spectate and see if he will be able to walk out with the championship. This is first opportunity. This can be a make or break situation for Dominik Mysterio as we head into the WrestleMania season. This will be crucial if he can walk out of the World Rumble headlining WrestleMania as world champion, which will be a huge accolade for him. You got Dominik Mysterio making his way down to the ring with the Judgment Day by his side of Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Carlito. They're going to do anything and everything to make sure that he does walk out with that world championship, let me tell you. But can he win it all? Can he overcome the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins to win the world championship, to punch his ticket to WrestleMania? This is not going to be an easy task for either person in this match. Dominik Mysterio has a lot right on this match. His first opportunity at the World Championship. Seth Rollins is a fighting champion. Seth Rollins would do any and everything to keep that championship around his waist heading into WrestleMania once again as champion. But can he do it? Can he overcome Seth Rollins to win his first singles championship in the WWE? Uh-oh, Dominik Mysterio taking it to Seth Rollins early in this match. What is he thinking here? Oh, it looked like he was trying to go for something there. Oh, crossbody. He's going for a pin early in the match. 1, 2, and nope, kick out at 1. What, they tied up right now? What are they thinking? Oh, he's tied him up on the rope. Hey, oh, he's attacking Seth. Oh, with the DDT. He's keeping the attack on Seth Rollins, but he's going to have to do that and more if he's going to want to walk out with that world championship here at the World Rumble. You got to think he's going to try to win that championship, not just for himself, not just for the Judgment Day, but for Liv Morgan, who's probably watching somewhere, watching this match. Irish Whip back into the corner by Seth Rollins. And a clothesline. Dominik Mysterio. He might be able to put Dominik Mysterio trying to put this away here. Oh, with the driver. 1, 2, and Seth Rollins kicks out. Uh-oh. Dominik. Oh, he got caught for his troubles. The crowd saying burn it down. Uh-oh, Seth Rollins going for a submission right here. Will that be it for Dominik? Will Dominik's dream of becoming world champion and punching his ticket as world champion fade to black? Dominik Mysterio. And he gets, oh, JD trying to pay dividend right here. And he's busted open. Uh-oh. This may be it for none other. Oh! Superplex. Uh-oh. Dominik Mysterio goes for a splash. 1, 2, and Dominik Mysterio becomes World Heavyweight Champion at the Royal Rumble. Dominik Mysterio beat Seth Rollins to punch his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. But will he main event WrestleMania as your world champion? Oh boy, the crowd is in an uproar at the sight that Dominik Mysterio is your world heavyweight champion. The Judgment Day will celebrate. Dominik Mysterio will celebrate. Raquel will celebrate. And Liv Morgan will celebrate the new world heavyweight champion. Hey, we already passed. He already passed this whole sim already off the bat. Let me tell you, just for the simple fact that he did walk out with the win, the W. And Solo Sikoa won the Royal Rumble, so that might be our opponent at WrestleMania. But we will see. We're gonna see if he's gonna be competing against Solo or is it gonna be someone else. As we are on the road to none other than Elimination Chamber. We got Dominik Mysterio in the main event. He ain't wasting no time. He's facing. Oh, he's in a promo segment with Drew McIntyre here, and Drew McIntyre can't go toe to toe with Dominik Mysterio on the microphone. Hey, what is? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Dominik Mysterio has been very dominant as of late. We got Seth and Gunther in the main event. Gunther did not make that week's episode of Monday Night Raw. I guess he decided to take the week off. But none. Hey, we ain't complaining. Let's see if he's on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. No, he is not. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe he's taking his time. Maybe he wants to take his time going into the, WrestleMania. We have Drew McIntyre here. I guess he's gonna be in the main event at some point. Oh, so it looks like from what I've seen, Drew and Dominik are in a feud. We have Drew and Jey Uso in the main event. Drew won, but I'm pretty sure there was some type of interference at a little bit there as we're on the road. That was the go home show to Elimination Chamber. You got to wonder if Dominik Mysterio is going to have to defend that championship in the Elimination Chamber structure itself. Let's see if he's on the card here. He is. He's facing Drew McIntyre here. Let's see if he's going to get the win. And he retains the world championship. That makes him champion going into WrestleMania, unless they have him defend it on a week of episode of Monday Night Raw. So unless that's the case, then he's going into WrestleMania as your world champion. Let's see if he's on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. He is. The feud continues between him and Drew. I'm guessing that may be the feud going into WrestleMania. And let's see, we're going to March week 2 here. We still have all the way to November, so we're gonna see if he can make the year as champion. He wasn't on this week's episode of the Monday Night Raw. On to week 3 here. Let's see if he's on this week's episode. And let's see here. And no, he is not. Hey, he's taking his time. He says I'm not competing until Mania, so I'm not wasting a lot of my time on a lot of these talent here. Which I can't be mad at, because I feel like anybody in that position probably doing the exact same thing and more. So let's see if he can make it to WrestleMania as champion. Unless they try to screw him over or something, which I don't think may be the case here. Okay, so we're actually going to be going into WrestleMania as champion. But can he retain it at WrestleMania? Let's see here. And he's facing that deadbeat dad of his, Rey Mysterio, on the go home episode of Raw going into WrestleMania. He beat the deadbeat. Okay, on to WrestleMania here. Let's see which night he will be a part of. Will he be on night 1 or night 2? It seems like he might be on night 1. Let's see here. And he is in a Hell in a Cell match to close night 1. Who's walking out with the World Championship? And Dominik Mysterio retains the championship. You love to see that. And he's keeping a stranglehold on that championship, let me tell you. Let's see if he's gonna what he's doing post WrestleMania as we build to the summer. He's facing Jey Uso in a promo battle here, and Jey Uso could not go to toe to toe with him on the microphone. He's one of one. Hey man, let me tell you, he's making Eddie Guerrero proud. He might be making that deadbeat dad of his proud. I know at some point we have a special guest rematch between Dirty Dominik and Jey Uso, with the special guest referee being Julius Creed for whatever reason, but that's neither here or there. And Jey Uso picked up the win there. I guess that makes that being the feud going into April, or at least the next PLE, I would say. Let's see who's on this week's episode. And Dominik is on this week's episode. He's facing Akam from Authors of Pain, who are no longer in the company. Dirty Dominik Mysterio got the win there. You love to see that. And as we build to Backlash, okay, on to Monday Night Raw. Let's see if he's on this week's episode. And he's in a tag team match with against the New Day with Jey Uso in his corner. And they pick up the win there. You love to see that as we build. That was the Home Show to Backlash, and we also have another pay-per-view, which will be none other than King and Queen of the Ring. Is he on this card at all? He is. He's facing Jey Uso for the World Championship, and he beats Jey Uso to retain the World Heavyweight Championship here. You love to see it. And we're on to none other than week 2 here. Is he on this episode of Monday Night Raw as we build to King and Queen of the Ring? And he's defending the championship against Gunther in the main event. And he beats Gunther to retain the World Championship. Hey man, this man is dominant, no pun intended, in this Universe Mode Sim. And he's in a tag team match with Karrion Kross against Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, who's getting the win there. Him and Karrion Kross get the win there, no question about it. On to week 4 as we build to King and Queen of the Ring. Let's see if he's on this week's episode. And nope, he is not. And let's see if he's going to be at King and Queen of the Ring. I don't think they're going to be doing anything too much. I don't think that's a pay-per-view that we really want to count. But we are heading into Clash of the Castle, though. And let's see if he will. He's in a feud with Karrion. I see on Raw, he is in a feud with Karrion. So, I guess that's what they're going to be doing. He's facing Karrion Kross on this week's episode. And Karrion Kross gets the win, the upset against your world champion. And maybe a sign of things to come, actually, at Clash of the Castle, with him getting that win over Dominik Mysterio there. So, on to week 2 of June. Let's see if he can bounce back after last week's loss. He's facing Gunther this week. And Gunther wins, probably with some shenanigans. No shocker there. On to week 3 of June. Let's see if he's actually going to be able to bounce back after all of these recent events that he has been a part of. And he's not on this week's episode of Raw as we do head into Clash at the Castle. Will he be on that card? Yeah, he is. He's going to be main eventing these show of shows. He's facing Karrion Kross in the main event for the World Championship, and he beats Karrion Kross. If Karrion Kross would have beat Dominik for the World Championship, that would have been a little bit interesting. Not in a go either. But week 4, he's facing Braun Strowman, and he beats Braun Strowman. Hey, this man is a tank in this Universe Mode Sim. Let's see. We're on the Go Home Show to Money in the Bank. Let's see if he's on this show. And nope, he's not on this week's episode. On to Money in the Bank. Hey, whoever wins that Money in the Bank might have their sights set for the World Championship. And Dominik Mysterio retains the World Championship. So as we build to SummerSlam, which I believe will be our next PLE, let's see here if he's going to be on Raw this week. He is. He's facing Bronson Reed. And Bronson Reed gets the win there. Hey, he's still got a lot of wins. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be one of my favorite Sims that I've done thus far. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's see on this week's episode if he will be featured. And he is. He's in the main event against Drew. Oh, Gunther is Money in the Bank. He won Money in the Bank. And Dominik retains. Not retains. I don't know. He didn't have a defense, but still, he got the win there. On to week 4. You gotta wonder if he's gonna have eyes. He's gonna have to have eyes in the back of his head because Gunther can probably cash in at any given moment. We have Dominik versus Akam this week's episode, and he beats Akam as we build to SummerSlam, which will be a 2-night spectacle. And he's facing Drew. He's in a feud with Drew once again. Drew coming back after that World Championship. Let's see what Dominik is going to be doing this week. And he will be doing nothing because he took the night off. On to SummerSlam. I don't know which night of SummerSlam he will be part of, similar to WrestleMania, but we will see. So as this is night one, and will be on the show. And nope, he is not. So I guess he's going to be competing on night two of SummerSlam. That is definitely interesting. He's competing on night two of SummerSlam. And Drew is in the main event, so that lets you know that will be the main event of the show for the World Championship. Will Drew get the win or Dominik will retain? Dominik retains the World Championship. He has not lost that belt yet. We have another pay-per-view this month that will be Bash in Berlin. We still have to go all the way to November, so he still has about 2 months left to see if he's going to be able to pick something up here, or if he's going to drop the title, if he's going to end him as champion. So we have Donna versus Ivar. He picks up the win there. On to week 3. Let's see if he can get the win on this week's episode. He's competing this week. Oh, we have Dominik versus Logan Paul in the main event. Hopefully he beats Logan. Yeah, he does, as he should. On to week 4 of August, the Go Home Show 2 Bash in Berlin. Let's see if he will be on this episode of Monday Night Raw, and he is not. But I'm pretty sure he might be on Bash in Berlin, though, defending that title. And I think he is, and it looks like he is going to be main eventing that week's episode. A no holds barred match. Drew McIntyre finally gets the win, but Dominik Mysterio loses the World Championship after holding that title for probably from Rumble for at least like a good 6-7 months that he held that belt. Hey, he had a lengthy run with that championship. I'm not gonna lie, he was taking on all comers, but the question is, can he regain? And we have a fatal 4-way this week with Dominik Mysterio against Karrion Kross, Jey Uso, and Seth freaking Rollins. And Dominik Mysterio picks up the win in the fatal 4-way. I wonder if he's going to be able to regain the World Championship by the end of the sim. Can he become a 2-time World Champion? And end the sim as a 2-time World Champion, having faced Jey Uso this week. And who's going to get the win there? And Dominik Mysterio gets the win over Jey Uso. He's building momentum going back after the World Championship. We don't have a PLE in the month of September, and he is main eventing. He's facing CM Punk on this week's episode, and he beats CM Punk on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw as well. That is crazy to think. He's been beating pretty much everybody, I would say. He's beat Jey, he's beating Punk. We have a triple threat with Gunther and Bronson Reed here. And who's walking out with the W? And Dominik Mysterio beats Gunther and Bronson Reed. This man is on another level, let me tell you. But we have Bad Blood coming up, and then we're gonna end it at Survivor Series. He's facing Jey Uso on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Can he get the win? And Jey Uso loses to Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio picking up the win there. Going into Bad Blood, can he get a rematch for the championship? Will he be competing for the championship? You gotta wonder those things for sure. Is he on the card? And nope, he is not. The World Championship was not being defended on that week's episode of Monday Night Raw. I mean, not Monday Night Raw, but that PLE, sorry. Let's see if he's on the show. And he is not. On to week 3. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the championship back, but we will see. We still have Survivor Series, and we don't have anything there. Let's see what happens on week 4 of October. Let's see if he can shake back, if you will. He's facing Jey Uso here, and if he's going to get the win, he beats Jey Uso. You love to see that. So we start off in the month of November, so we're going to end in the month of November. So we're going to see if he's going to be able to, he's in a triple threat with Bronson Reed and CM Punk, who's getting the win there. Punk got the win there. Let's see if he's going to be doing anything at Survivor Series, and see if he's going to be able to win the championship back, at the very least. Let's see. And he's facing Bronson Reed this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And he lost to Bronson Reed. So it seems like he's still getting wins, but he's starting to pick up a little bit more losses, I would say, at the least. And he's on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw in the main event, facing Gunther. And he beats Gunther, who's currently Mr. Money in the Bank. and whatnot. So let's see if he will be on Survivor Series, and that will end the sim there. But let's see if he will be on this week's episode. And nope, he is not. But on to Survivor Series, which will culminate this entire universe mode sim. He held the championship for quite some time. He really did. He really stuck it out, in my personal opinion. And he's facing CM Punk for the World Championship. Will he end as World Champion? And no, CM Punk beat Dominik Mysterio. He had an opportunity to become World Champion for the second time to end the sim, but he wasn't unfortunately able to do it. But that is the end of the video. He successfully passed this challenge, which was to win the World Championship. He held it for at least about a good 7 months, which was better than I thought. I didn't think he was gonna probably win it. He went on a tear, picking up huge wins. But that's the end of the video. Y'all let me know who are some other names you guys would like to see me do Sims with, and see what the challenge is. Which brand would you like them to be on, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT? Y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Road to 2,000 subscribers. Ultimate goal is 10,000 by the end of 2025. But with that being said, hope everyone has a great day, great rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next video.